Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Behind the Group podcast. I am DJ Keo.
And I am Basil Barrington, and we are back from our break. Keo, what's going on? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, bro, man. It's good to see you. Good to see you.
2023, 2024 will be here really soon because these years have been going by really fast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, I had I was just relaxing, doing a lot of work, doing a lot of creative stuff. Watching a lot of movies and TV series. I created a new YouTube channel, dude. It's all about like web design. So man, I've been, just knocking everything out. What you been up to during the break? Yeah.
Same thing. Like watching movies, watching some TV shows, like relaxing, being creative, trying to create some new stuff too as well. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's a mixture of everything. Just mostly trying to be creative. I think that's the best way to say
Exactly.
what's going on right now.
I did something over the break that I only did it once, but I actually watched the Lord of the Rings movie, the first one.
We're clapping right here, man. Well, okay. What'd you think?
Yo, it's off the chain, yo.
Right? It's fire.
Yo, it's off the chain. I mean, they started the movie with just bang bang.
Yeah.
And the orcs in the movie, they are so much more menacing. And they look taller too. Is it me or does the orcs look taller in the movie?
Yeah, they look a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
They're a handful, put it like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a long movie. I mean, I was like taking breaks, cooking food and stuff like that.
Have to.
But I'm definitely gonna watch the other two movies. I kind of feel like, after I watch this and watching like the Rings of Power on Amazon, it's just like I get it now. I get it.
If you didn't watch it before, it's like, oh, this is fine.
Yeah.
Once you see Lord of the Rings, you're like, oh, this is garbage.
I get it. I get it now. I get it.
I will say this, all right. I definitely say this. The Fellowship of the Ring is the weaker of the three movies to me. Return of the King is the greatest spectacle for an action adventure movie in the history of cinema. I'll put it like that. I beg money on that. One of the greatest film spectacles in the history of film. Like they put their foot into that movie, and like when you watch it, you're like, damn it, you're right. That's all you can say. You're right. Keo, you're right. You're right.
The interesting thing is it's like I don't know if like the producers of the Rings of Power actually watched the movie.
I don't think they have. I really don't think they have. It's impossible for them to watch that and be like, yeah, we did a great job here. Like, it's impossible. Can't be done. Especially for the budget they had available to them.
My goodness,
hell no.
I mean, these three movies were made for less than what, $250 million? How much did it cost?
About $250 for all three movies.
Wow.
They shot them all together at the same time.
Whoa. Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. They took a year. They filmed all three of them together at the same time.
And you know what? They came out with a movie 1 year at a time. Like, here it is, boom, 2001, 2002, 2003, whatever. It's just like back to back. No playing around. No like, okay, we're going to give you like the next Star Wars in like, 18 years or something like this.
Avatar, 20 years from now, you're going to get next
movie. Am I really even interested in watching Avatar, even though the first one was awesome? I mean, they made a boatload of money. They already made over close to $2 billion.
No, it's $2 billion now. I think it just hit $2 billion today.
Goodness, what?
I watched Avatar over the holiday thing. It's worth the money. It's worth it.
Really?
It's absolutely worth it. The visuals in that movie, good guy, man. James Cameron is smoking some high tech stuff. He's not a different universe because so we got 4 movies that he's created brand new technology to even make the movie in the first place.
Wow.
Not even just like, oh, I have to do a thing and then, we kind of jiggered some. No, he created something that didn't exist to make this movie. And it shows. The underwater stuff it's the best I've ever seen as far as film. Underwater is the best, hands down. Not even close. It's so realistic what they look like. And the thing that the thing that made me so upset about, I shouldn't say upset, but like I was Like I had to sit down after I got at the theater. I sat down on the curb for a minute, even though it was cold outside. I was like, "Holy crap!" Because when you're watching the movie, you forget that everything on the screen is fake. It starts looking real at that point. That's the part I was like, I had to sit down for a second. Like, what is this guy on? He's on a different universe right now. And you forget that it's all animated and there's real people interacting with the fake thing, and it's seamless. It doesn't feel like the other one did.
I think
like you knew it was like this animated. You could tell.
If you continue staring at an optical illusion, eventually it's not going to be an optical illusion anymore.
Oh, for sure.
You know, watching those water scenes where I can imagine what you're saying is probably true, you know.
After a while, you're just like, oh wait, this is a movie. These are fake people. These are blue people that are 8 feet tall. Like, it's not a thing. But like this, it's seamless between the real people acting and the animated thing. That's the part that's so crazy. Like just the foliage and the trees, whatever. Not there. Nothing's there. Wow. I saw this behind the scenes thing where they designed brand new cameras with Sony so they could detach the camera and have it go sneak underwater and not have the brains of the camera be under there with it. Right. And do it in 3D. That's the other that's crazy. He has the 2 camera lenses like this. One's going this way down and one's going up.
Wow.
And he detached it from the actual camera and made an underwater contraption to put it in there. And so everybody's doing the stuff you see on the screen. If they're jumping down a cliff, whatever, they jump down the cliff. If they're swimming in water, they're actually the actors swimming in water. He made the actors hold their breath for like 5 minutes to be able to do these scenes. That's another part that's crazy.
Yeah.
They all held their breath when they're doing the scenes. Nobody had an apparatus to help them breathe. All the actors had to hold their breath to do this.
You got to have military experience, or you have to be a super duper, Olympic swimmer to like even be in this film. It's almost like with Black Crab. It's like you can't be in a film if you're not an ice skater.
Yeah, you can't skater. Yeah, you gotta skate.
Right.
Who's the lady that was in Titanic? Because Kate something. I forget her name.
Oh,
she held her breath for almost 8 minutes to do her scene.
I mean, it didn't look like they cut it.
No, 8 minutes she was holding her breath for. She has the record for underwater holding her breath.
Wow.
And for a movie scene. She beat Tom Cruise of all people.
What?
Yeah.
Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is beating on something with something?
She beat Tom Cruise for holding her breath underwater acting. That's the new record. It's like 7 something, almost 8 minutes.
Tom Cruise, we were talking about Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise has to be worth $1 billion, right? Come on.
He deserves a studio. Universal should just give him the rights because he's holding them afloat right now.
Is it what is he filming with Universal? Because I think
Mission Impossible is on Universal.
And Paramount is with
it's Paramount Universal, same company.
Okay, cool. Wow, okay.
Yeah. Oh, he's keeping the lights on by himself, single-handedly.
Well,
there's nothing else on that.
Here's the thing though, right? I've been Paramount Plus, dude. They have some really sick programs.
Oh yeah, Yellowstone's good. They have some good shows on there.
1923, I was watching that too.
They got the money to do that because of Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
for the last 15 years.
I mean, like
Mission Impossible,
maybe even longer. I was watching.
Longer.
Oh, and speaking of Paramount, I was watching. I saw The Offer, which is how The Godfather was made, what they had to do with the mobsters. Fascinating.
How was that?
Dude,
I've been meaning to watch that.
Off the chain. It's great. Okay. I mean, it is awesome. The characters, just everything about it. I mean, it made a lot of sense. It was pretty awesome.
Godfather. It was one of my favorite movies. I got to watch it.
It's one of my favorite movies, yeah. And then I also, on Paramount, I also watched Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone.
I like Sly, man. I like Sly.
I said
he's personable. He's a real dude. I respect him.
I was after I watched it, because it's so weird, because they gave you 9 episodes, but the 9th episode isn't the season finale, so there's nothing else. Nothing else was released like over the last 2 weeks. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe they broke it up like a lot of companies are doing. Yeah,
Okay.
But I said, listen, if there is one person who could be in a gangster movie and get it off. It's Sly.
You feel like he has real world experience. Like you believe him. He's one of those people. Like there's certain actors when they're doing a role and you see what they're doing, you're like, yeah, I could see. Like Tom Cruise picking up a gun. I'm like, I could see that. I could totally see that. He's doing a scene where he's jumping off a building. I could totally see him do that.
Yeah,
it feels real. Sly is one of those people that he feels like he's got real world experience to be a gangster.
He said he always wanted to do that too. He said he always wanted to be in a gangster movie, and this is his production company, because he doesn't own like the rights with the Rambo movies or any of the Rocky movies either.
Yeah, he doesn't own anything. Yeah, so he made this is his thing. This is his baby now.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, man. I mean,
good for him, man. I like Sly.
I mean, he's like 75, 80 years old, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
But he's a real dude, man. You watch Rambo movies, you're like, this guy's a real dude.
I mean, if you're talking about like war movies, because Arnold Schwarzenegger used to do his little thing. Sly and Rambo was killing it. I mean, I know it was all based on like Rambo, the Vietnam War or like the Korean War. But he was still getting it off. The other thing I watched was this like animated show on HBO Max called Genlock. Wow, that's.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that off screen because it's gonna lead into our other movie that we're gonna review.
Genlock, dude. I mean, I'm like, whoa. Can we get more of this with Michael B. Jordan and Dakota Fanning? They played the characters. This is an animated flick, but it was pretty cool. I also rewatched the entire 4 seasons of Discovery on Paramount Plus.
Okay, yeah.
And I also rewatched Star Trek. And I also rewatched the first season of Star Trek Strange New Worlds because it's really good. So I was just watching a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, and you know what? Dude, and I started watching this animated series on Netflix called Vinland Saga, right?
Okay. I don't know what that is.
Because right now, you have so many like Viking shows and movies on Netflix.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
I was watching this show called The Last Kingdom, and it's got like a Viking element to it. It's got that vibe of that.
Yeah.
That stuff is dope, man. I like those shows. All those shows are great.
But you know what? In all these Viking shows, you have Valhalla and also some other stuff. The Vikings were brutal.
These guys were ruthless, man.
Yeah.
Especially living back then, like it's a lot, man.
Yeah. But then as I'm watching it, like the first season, they gave you 24 episodes in the first season. 24, right?
Yeah.
And then as I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now. And then I'm like, oh, you know what? This is kind of like, it's about bloodlines. And so there's this other animated show I was watching called Tekken Bloodline. It's the same thing. Okay. Over here, you have like Viking bloodlines. With Tekken, you have like Japanese bloodlines, and it's all about killing. So I was like, okay, so this is pretty cool. Man, it's like, and the other thing is this, right? I didn't watch anything on Amazon. I didn't watch anything. No, because I mean, it's what's on Amazon?
Well, Netflix got everything. I will say this. I'll leave some of the stuff I was watching.
Yeah.
I've been watching Jack Reacher on Amazon, and that show is phenomenal. That they did a great job with that show.
Now, you said Jack Reacher. This is the first season of Jack Reacher?
Yeah, there's only one season.
Okay.
And it's a really good show. Because Jack Reacher is supposed to be like a big dude. Like he's like 6'5" or whatever. So when Tom Cruise played him in the movie, I was like, that's not Jack Reacher. Like, stop it. It's cute. And the action was good. Actually, the first movie was actually pretty good. I did like the first movie. But you're looking at that like, that's not Jack Reacher. Jack Reacher is a 6'5" behemoth of a man who, when he shows up, just trouble follows him. He looks like he can get busy. That's Jack Reacher. Whereas Tom Cruise is blended into the background. Like, okay, like, come on, man. I love me some Tom Cruise, but
really high platform shoes for that character.
Yeah. So like the actual show on Amazon it's definitely worth a watch. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's
I gotta
great.
watch that.
It's really good.
What
the
else
plot is good. I went back and rewatched all of the Mission Impossible franchise, the whole thing, every movie. I started from 3 because I felt like 3 is the So like the first two movies, the first movie was more like the TV show.
Yeah.
The way they did the everything like it's exactly like TV show. And then John Woo came in and did the second one, and it was like he's got the two guns and the doves, so he was doing his own thing there. Mm. But the third one is the Renaissance, where like they finally found their footing with the movie. Even though those other two movies were successful, this one is they found the heart and the soul of what the current set of movies are. So I started with 3, and I watched all the way up to the last one, and then I watched the promo for the next movie and a behind the scenes thing when this guy's jumping off a cliff 80 times.
80
like,
times.
Salute to this guy, man. Give Tom Cruise your money. Forget about his political beliefs and whatever else he's saying. Give this guy your money because he earned it. He deserves your money, especially in these movies. Of all movies, especially in these movies.
I saw the same thing where, you know, he did it once. He was like, yeah, let's do it again. Did it again. Yeah, let's do it again. He's literally
break down what the stunt is.
He's literally jumping off a cliff. This is not a stunt double. This is Tom Cruise.
Yeah, this is Tom Cruise. So you got to break down what the stunt is. They built some kind of rafter or whatever on top of a cliff, right. And they raised it up higher,
like an Evil Knievel cliff, you know?
Yeah, like an Evil Knievel level cliff. Yeah. They raised it up higher, and then they made it like 3 feet wide. So this guy has to speed a motorcycle off of that, jump off, and then pull the parachute down, land safely, take a helicopter ride back up, and then do it 80 more times.
And
for the movie.
He did it 80 times because he wanted to do it 80 times. Not because they're like, well, we forgot something. He was like, oh, he was just feeling the adrenaline.
They got to wait for this guy to get back down to the bottom of the cliff in a parachute, get him back up to the top, get another motorcycle so he can do it again and get a different angle. Like, get this guy your money, man. If you're worried about movies and how movies suck and, you know, they're not putting their heart into it, everything's too much CGI, give Tom Cruise your money. This is how you solve this problem easily.
I always thought Tom Cruise could be like the American James Bond. However, Tom Cruise, you never see Tom Cruise like really drinking a lot of movies, right?
Yeah, he doesn't drink at all. Like in those movies, he doesn't drink at all.
And you know, like James Bond, he's like a sex symbol too. Tom Cruise is not a sex symbol. And I don't think he's a womanizer either, like a James Bond. So I don't know.
Yeah, because he's super with the women in his movies. He's super respectful.
Yeah,
like even this like femme fatale, whatever. He's like super nice to her. Like, hey, would you like to sit down? Like he's opening doors, whatever. Like he's super respectful. Yeah. I will say this though, if I could choose a James Bond, I would choose Jason Statham as my James Bond choice from Lock, Stock, and Barrel, Snatch. That guy. He deserves to be James Bond. The only reason why he's not James Bond is because he's bald. That's the only reason. He's got everything. Yeah. He's got all the attributes. He's got tall? The accent. Yeah, he's tall. He's like 6'2", whatever. He's built like a brick house. This guy can fight. He does kung fu, all that stuff. He's great with guns. He's done a bunch of movies. He did the what's the car? There's a car movie. The driver. This is not the driver. Damn it! Yeah, he's in a car movie where he's wearing a suit and everything.
Yeah, with the little kid, like who's the driver.
Yeah.
I think it's called The Driver.
No, it's not The Driver. It's something else.
Something. Like I know what you're talking about.
Like I forgot what it's called. Anyways, he's done that. Wear a suit, beating up guys, doing the kung fu, everything. He's done all that. He's got the accent. He's a true British yardie man. Straight up. The only reason why he's not James Bond is because he's bald. That's the only reason. Because he has all the attributes. He's suave. Like ladies love him. He can fight. He does everything else you need for James Bond. The other person I would take is like probably Henry Cavill, the Superman. I would take him as James Bond.
Yeah. But is he really a believable top super duper spy?
He was in the last Mission Impossible movie. Okay. He was wrecking shop in that movie.
Okay.
He had the porn mustache. He was wrecking shop, right?
That guy. Okay, right. Okay,
yeah. Oh, he's doing his thing. Yeah. And he did The Man from U.N.C.L.E., which is another great movie. He did that with Guy Ritchie.
Yeah, that Guy Ritchie's pretty good.
Basically,
too,
it's basically James Bond. It's
Yeah.
70s James Bond. It's basically he's wearing
Okay.
his tuxedo and everything. He could easily do it. Those are
Wow.
my two choices for James Bond.
What else have you
Jason
been
a little bit
watching
older though.
as well? Let me ask you this before you go on. So you were
Mhm.
you were saying like, yo, let's check out The Last of Us. Did you see the first episode?
Yeah, I did.
What do you think
It's
about
pretty
that?
good. It's
Really?
pretty good. Yeah,
Okay.
they did a really good job because it's from the video game. So
Mhm.
they did a really good job taking scenes from the video game, putting it into live action. It's got the right feel and the tone. I like the actors. Story's pretty good. Like they made some changes though for obvious reasons because
Mhm.
the virus isn't airborne for obvious reasons
Yeah.
because of the pandemic. So
Mhm.
they made it like some kind of tentacle things that someone's got to
A
bite you
parasite.
for
They
it.
made it into a parasite or something
It's
like
like a
that, you know.
fungi, a fungus, whatever. What's
Yeah.
kind of it's like a fungus in the game, but like they
Mhm.
made it so like some kind of tentacles come out of your mouth whenever you bite somebody, which is fine. Like
Yeah.
that's the obvious reasons why they changed that. But as far as the tone and the feel from the game, whatever, it's spot on. I think they did a great job.
You know,
I'm looking forward to seeing more.
when I saw it, I was like, okay, this is HBO because
Mhm.
HBO make really good productions. You can't sleep on HBO. When I was watching
Yeah.
this, I was like, oh, okay, this is shot in a specific period. It looks
Mhm.
good. It's colored properly. It's HBO.
Yeah,
It's
it looks good. It feels good.
it looks good. You know, I'm just like, this is
Mhm.
what I'm talking about, you know, when it's just like HBO knows how to put like a film together, put a series together.
Mhm.
I don't know when the second episode is dropping now.
Today, it should have
Today?
dropped
Okay.
already, or maybe
Okay.
tonight. I think it's maybe tonight. It's like
Okay, I'm
six
gonna
o'clock.
check it out. Yeah, because the first episode was like an hour and a half long, and I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool. This is like, all right. You know, so your boy Pedro, right? Man, he looks a lot different than he does like with the Mandalorian, which is dropping March 1st. The
Mm-hmm.
Mandalorian, the third season is dropping March 1st, dude. What do you think about
Yeah,
that?
we gotta watch that.
We
I
gotta
saw a
watch it.
trailer for the Mandalorian. I was like,
Yeah, me
okay, all
too. I
right,
like it too.
this
You
is
know,
pretty good.
Baby Yoda is back. So we gotta love that. As long
Yeah.
as I'm gonna really be into this, as long as I don't see Ahsoka Tana, which is you know, your girl
Well, she
Rosario
got her own
Dawson.
show. She got her own show now, so I think they probably they wrenched her off. So you know who she is.
I'm
I
shaking
think
my
you're
head
gonna just
like
do
this,
it,
Joe,
dude.
because if people who are listening, I'm shaking my head because that show's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
Oh,
It's
it's
not.
gonna be better than Boba Fett. I tell you that much. Like,
Probably true.
I think that's a
Probably
layup
true.
as far as getting it better than that. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we'll see. Well, I don't mind her as an actress. She does seem kind of like she seems to slow down. Like she can't fight like she would. She's 20 something,
Yeah.
but she's supposed to be in her 40s, whatever. Anyway, because Anakin's in his 40s now. He's got kids, so
Yeah.
it'll be fine. I think
We'll
it'll be.
see.
Oh, I think it'll be okay.
We'll give it a little
I'm less
test.
pessimistic as you are. I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, you know, you can't do that to Asako, you know, Asako Tana, because like I said, I mean, she appeared in the animated series The Clone Wars, and you gotta, you know, you gotta prop her up because she is serious, you know.
Yeah, she's had like she was good in the series. I hated her when she first came on. I was like, good God, man, it's gonna be so
A
annoying. But
screaming
she
kid.
grew. Yeah, it's a screaming kid, and she got better. She grew. I like the fact that she went through adversity and she had to learn properly about being a Jedi. So like
Yeah,
that's what's missing from the new movies. Like there's no learning. You
yeah,
didn't have to go train and fail. Like you're just automatically everything's awesome. Like no,
that's true.
that's
That's
not how
true.
it works.
That's true.
You have to you're supposed to lose a limb or something or fail. Yeah, stuff's got to go bad for
Get
you.
like a robotic arm or something, you know,
Yeah, man. Everyone had a
something.
tough go. Everybody in Star Wars had a tough go of it, except the last movie set.
Yeah,
Everything's awesome. Like
that's
no
true. Yeah.
trash, man.
Anything else you watched that was pretty interesting?
Um, as far as movies and stuff like that, I watched Casino, which I've seen a million times, so
I've
it
seen that a
doesn't
million
really
times.
count.
Yeah.
Um, I watched this stupid movie with Mark Wahlberg. He was like some kind of teen delinquent. I cannot remember the movie is. I have to look it up. Maybe we can paste it on later. It was a
Mhm.
terrible movie. It's like a Cape Fear type thing, but with teenagers. It was so
Yeah.
garbage. And I was watching this with my girlfriend, and I was like laughing, and she got upset with me because I was laughing at the wrong part. I'm like, this is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
This movie's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of his. You know, I mean, he's done some good stuff, but and he's doing
Oh no,
more
he was
great stuff.
terrible. It
Yeah.
was so because you gotta think about it, it's made in like the '90s, and so like it was bad. Like it was like a super cheesy '90s type of thing, and like as a grown up watching this stuff today, I was
Mm-hmm.
like, how dare you let this person date your daughter? Like,
Right. Like, what
what?
are you doing?
What are you doing? It's an
Mm-hmm.
adult. Like, what are you doing? And another thing too, I love watching old movies because there's so many things that could be solved if we just had a cell phone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just send
Exactly.
a text like, "Hey, I'm out. I'm over here. Like, this is my
Mm-hmm.
address. I'll be back in like a couple of." Just so easy to fix all this stuff. Nobody had
Wow.
any cell phones. Everyone's going to payphone, whatever. I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, that was the dumbest movie I've seen in a long time. And whenever the bad guys got hurt, I broke out laughing because it was so ridiculous.
Oh my goodness. You know, we have a lot of cool stuff we are going to do for this year, 2023, with the Behind the Groove podcast. We have, I guess, the first movie we're going to review is this one on Netflix called Jung E.
Jung E. His Korean.
I thought it was Jungle, in the top part of the
Yes.
L was like, you know, there was an opacity over it or something like that.
Yeah, it
Right.
is confusing at first.
It's Jung
But like,
E, and it's a very interesting movie.
but we're gonna talk about that shortly. So
we're going to talk about that shortly. So we are back, 2023, and you know, stay tuned. We have a few reviews coming out, and we will see you in the next video.
We have solo reviews too. We have to add that. We're gonna be doing solo reviews for stuff we've been watching, and we're gonna increase the production of content.
Yes,
a lot.
We're gonna do that because we need to get up to 1,000, and we need to figure out you know, just again, you know, how often we're gonna post these reviews on a weekly basis.
Yes. Yeah. We're gonna get a timetable and everything else, but we're gonna start doing solo reviews on the podcast as well as online as well.
Yeah. Well, again, welcome Keo back. I'm going to welcome myself back, and for our viewers and listeners, stay tuned for everything that's going to pop off in 2023. So we will see you in the next video. Peace.
All right.